Hello everyone. Welcome. This is Lori Mueller coming to you from Lincoln, Nebraska, and I'm with stampinDreams.com. So if you've ever visited my blog, that's my name, stampinDreams.com, and it originates from daily dreaming about all the different creations that I can do with all my rubber stamps, paper, and ink. I dream about it all day and all night. But welcome. So glad to have you here today. It is Monday, and we're meeting on Monday instead of Sunday. I've got some family commitments that have consumed my Sunday, so we're shifting to Monday for probably for the rest of this month, and then we'll see how February goes. But so glad to have you here with me. If you want to say hello, let me know where you're from. If you're new to my Facebook Live, that would be awesome to learn as well. But it's always so good to see everybody. Good morning. So today we are going to do something super sweet. There is an awesome stamp set with a builder punch. It's called the Sweet Strawberry Stamp Set, and then it's the Strawberry Builder Punch, available on page 44 in our new JJ, the January through June 2021 mini catalog. And it is so cute. There are so many things that you can do with it. And the exceptional thing about this is that it coordinates with a level 2 Sale-A-Bration item. That level 2 Sale-A-Bration item is made up of a stamp set called Berry Blessings. And then the designer series paper pack that comes with it is Berry Delightful designer series paper, and it is delightful. I love it. So I recommend that if you have any supplies that you need to order, reach that $100 limit so that you can access or add the level 2 Sale-A-Bration item to your order. So after this class, maybe you're going to enjoy it and you'll want to get the Sweet Strawberry bundle, and then the papers, and any other supplies that you need. So tools are always a good thing. I love tools. But it is going to be super cute. I really had a great time with this card. I did it for a blog hop that went off last week. And it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So welcome. Good morning, everyone. So glad to see you here. I have a couple of announcements that I am organizing. I have set up a couple of online classes. I'm going to do them via Zoom. And the first one is the You Are Amazing project kit. That kit is so pretty, and I love that it comes with a decorated box already, so you can make up all those cards, tuck them in the box, and give it as a gift if you like. So join me on February 6th. I've got a event scheduled on my business Facebook page that you can register. All you need to do is purchase the kit and the coordinating stamp set using the host code that I've noted there, and then once that comes through, I'll send you the Zoom invitation, and then everybody that purchases that bundle, we're going to gather together on Saturday afternoon, February 6th, and we're going to put it together. And then I'm also going to do a live demonstration using that stamp set, because once the cards are made, you still have the stamp set. But I want to show you a card outside of that kit that you can create using that stamp set. So I hope that you'll join me on that. And then in February, later in February, I am hosting an online card class with some games of bingo. So I'm super excited about that. So I hope that you'll register for that. It is $40 for the event, and that will be for porch pickup of your card project contents, because you'll get the supplies valued up to $20 in your packet, plus your bingo card and a little favor or a pillow gift from me. And then if you are long distance, you'll tack on another $8 for priority shipping. So I hope to have all of those out in the mail or available for pickup on the 16th. Registration deadline is on the 10th of February. So more details on my business Facebook page as well. And then I will be sending out an email today. So if you're on my email list, you'll be getting my email later today of all my different offerings. But if you're not on my email list, hit the contact me and subscribe and add yourself to my email list. So, but those are 2 events that I'm hosting, and I'm super excited. I cannot wait, and I hope that you'll join me as well. And with the with that, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. So welcome everybody. So good to see you. I recognize a number of names here. Yes, and please, if you would share my today's demonstration with your crafty friends across the world, that would be awesome. I so appreciate you when you do that, because it just helps me build my business and also connect with new friends. You know, Stampin' Up! Has really blessed me with the opportunity to meet some amazing, I mean, they're all amazing, but just to have the opportunity of meeting new friends from across the world because of my passion with paper crafting and Stampin' Up! So I'm so blessed, and I really appreciate all of you that do share my story, that share my passion for paper crafting and any card classes that I offer. So everyone, let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and all right, so here's the little blurbs that I was mentioning. Here's the You Are Amazing project kit, and you'll find this on my business Facebook page, so you can go ahead and follow the details that I've noted in there. And then here's my card class and bingo, my for Sale-A-Bration, because you will have an opportunity to earn some Sale-A-Bration items with your during this event. So, but yeah, super fun. All of those details are on my business Facebook page. So we are going to work with this little sweet bundle. I love. It is very I don't know, it's so fresh, and you know, it has a fun atmosphere to it. You know, these I've seen once as strawberries, and then if you turn this one around, it's kind of like the shape of a pear, right? So you could, if you don't put this component on here, but you can ink this up in like a granny apple green, or even a pear pizzazz, and then you've got like the shape of a pear. But otherwise, these fun little flowers that are part of a strawberry vine. And I love this particular script, this font that they have included with the different sentiments. So you can kind of hit all gamuts of the occasions. You've got birthday, thank you, hello, and then just for you, for any gift giving. And the components of this stamp set that work with the punch are the leaf and the strawberry, one of these flowers, and then of course the body of the strawberry and the leaf. So you're seeing 2 mirror images, almost the outline of these images, and then this is the filler image, the stamp image for these 2. So if you wanted to use ink only for your crafting, then you would ink this in one color. Now you could use the same color and then stamp off to get a lighter rendition, and then the same with this one. Now you're going to see some little haziness in here, and this means it's a distinctive stamp set image, and distinctive is etched a special way to give you that shading, you know, the darker shading here and then the lighter here. So that gives it a little more true life to your stamped image. Now I'm also going to show how you can just stamp an image onto colored cardstock, and then that acts as your background color instead of inking up the filler portion of that. But yeah, so I'm going to show you a couple different ways to use this stamp set, and then we're going to use the builder punch. Now the fun part of this is that in the Sale-A-Bration brochure, you're going to see that we have level 1s and level 2s. Level 1 is a $50 purchase. Level 2 is a $100 purchase. And it was purposely designed to have these papers and stamp set together as a level 2 to coordinate with this little ensemble, this bundle. So you would get 2 stamp sets and then some fun papers to work with, and then a punch. So you have like a component of 4 pieces that work together quite nicely. Now these papers are beautiful. I love how they they're kind of a watercolor appearance, and you have colorful images on one side, and then you have more geometric images on the other side. So you see the nice watercolor and the different variances of color. Now this one reminds me of like a picnic basket, like a tablecloth that you would set out or have inside your picnic table and or your picnic basket, and it kind of overhangs the edges. That's what it reminds me right away. And then you got some blueberries and some nice little geometric plaid that goes with that. These are little raspberries with their leaves, and then these are kind of a close-up of that raspberry berry. You know, these are like the little berries that are all bunched up in there. That's the image that I'm getting when I see that. And then this is the paper that we're using today on our card. And so the back of it is like a strawberry. So you could take the strawberry punch and punch directly from here, and you've already got the yellow seeds and everything to fill in as your strawberry. And then these are, these are more like mulberries, I think. Mulberries, and then these are raspberries, because raspberries are red, right? So, and then you have more of the leafy background on that. So those are the papers that you can get free with your $100 purchase and along with this stamp set. Super fun. All right, so I am going to pull out the creation that I made for a blog hop that I did this last week. And I am just so, I had a lot of fun with this. The background is a Sahara sand card base. I really like this neutral because it goes with anything, whether there is a very vanilla component or if there's a whisper white component. Sahara sand really fits the bill. And we're using a matted layer of garden green to go along with the designer series paper, the strawberries. And then to kind of tone down this busy paper, I put in 3 strips of garden green, and these were actually just scraps in my bucket. But the way I laid them out, it kind of reminded me of a basket. You know, when you go to your grocer and you have, or they used to do this, I don't know if they do it anymore, but you would have a little square basket, and it was green, filled with strawberries. And so that's kind of the vision that I had, was this is the side of my berry basket. And then I pulled in some Daffodil Delight that has been embossed with the Tasteful Textile embossing folder, but it was punched using the postage stamp punch. This one is super fun too. And then I did my berries and the leaves, and these are popped up. And this is where my berries are, the outline is a true real red, and then I did some stamping off on the berry on the filler part before I stamped it on the inside. Now here for my leaf, it's on garden green cardstock, but the vein or the outline of that leaf is inked in shaded spruce. So I used the cardstock as my filler instead of using the stamp. And so how I thought I had, yes I do. So this is what it would look like if you were to ink it up and put it on white, and then that's your filler on the inside. So you have a whole different look when you use the two stamps together and putting it on white versus, you know, so if I were to have done this, which to me that was just, I don't know, that just wasn't going to work. So I didn't do that. But, and then my hello, which was kind of an accident, is on a strip of Whisper White cardstock. Now my hello, if you can see, is not really a full color garden green. It actually has, you know, some faded look to it, which I thought was working really well because it kind of fit in with the watercolor look of the designer series paper. And so I went with it. But since then, I have inked up my garden green ink pad, and so it's going to give us a true garden green color now. So, but oh well, it was fun while it lasted, right? And yeah, so that's my card, and I've topped it off with some of the gold glitter enamel dots. There's different sizes in that pack, so I went with I think it's the second smallest size of those dots, and just topped it off with a little bit of a bling look. So what do you think? Kind of cute, right? All right, so let's get started and bring in all of our supplies. I have my Sahara sand, which is measuring it measures 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. All right, then I have my garden green piece. This is my background or my matted layer, and it measures 4 by 5 1/4. All right, so that's going to rest on there. I have my designer series paper, measures 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, so it's only an 1/8 inch smaller than the matted layer. And then I have some, I have my basket strips that are these two. I have two of these that are a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. So I have two of those, and then this one measures 1/4 inch by 5 1/4. So that's going to be the centerpiece. And then I have a variety of scraps that I need for my Daffodil Delight postage stamp. Garden green for the leaves, some Whisper White for my strawberries and my sentiment, and then my real red, which I don't know if you can see, I added a little component behind the sentiment just to kind of pull out the red and coordinate with the berries. So, and then that's popped up on that corner as well. So, all right, why don't we get started? I can go ahead and add some more pieces to my mix of card. I'm going to go ahead and punch these out, and then we're going to emboss them with the Tasteful Textiles embossing folder. All right, so let's see, we can go ahead and add, our, put that aside, designer series paper to the matte layer of garden green. And I'm using, isn't it cute? You know, make those, you can just punch all kinds of strawberries out of that and have it already made. It's like true to life strawberry heaven right there. And I do have to tell you that while I was making this card, my mouth was watering for a nice, plump, juicy, chilled strawberry. So, yeah, didn't need chocolate, just something right out of the fridge that I could, you know, sink my teeth into. And oh my gosh, it was super kind of annoying that I didn't have any strawberries. You know, to do that with. So, but I'm gonna have to go look for some because I'm starting to drool right now already with the wish to have some strawberries. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach this as well. So this part goes super fast, and I'm using my favorite liquid glue, and it doesn't take a whole lot, just a light little stream, because it will hold like no other on your paper. And I love it because I can kind of mushel this around and get all my edges nice and even. You know, all right, I think I got it. All right, so we are good with that. I can go ahead and add my basket strips. And I decided to have my strips go to the end of my matte layer versus going to the end of the designer series paper. My luck always is that there's just going to be a hair that you would end up seeing that designer series paper. So I chose to go all the way to the edge of my matte layer. And we'll go ahead and line these up because I kind of want to make certain they're centered in there. And all right, that looks good. So now I can pick them up one by one and add them on. So I hope everyone is doing well, staying healthy, enjoying you know, the beginning of your week already. It's Monday. It's hard to believe that the weekend is already gone. I got a lot accomplished, but I don't know. I could always use an extra full day of, you know, getting some tasks done. I got a lot of laundry done. Not to say that I've got it folded and put away. You know, when you wash bed sheets, you know, you take them off and run it through the washer and you put it back on. So that makes it easy, but I don't know, there's, I don't know about anybody else, but I can sometimes be the individual that I do my laundry and it will sit there until I pull it out to wear it again. So, because you know, the only part of laundry that I do enjoy is doing the washing and drying of it, because you know, I got a machine to do that. But dang, when it comes to actually folding and putting it away, you know, towels and things like that are not bad. But yeah, laundry and me are just, yeah, I got better things to do. All right, so we have our little basket and that component already done. So we're going to set that aside and start working on our strawberries. All right, so we're going to ink up our strawberries. And I'm using my Real Red. And I'm going to pull in a piece of scrap paper to stamp off on the filler image. All right, so I'm choosing a, instead of a full piece, whoops, that's the wrong punch. I need this one right here. And then I'm moving everything around. Oh my golly Wally. Okay, so instead of using a full piece of cardstock, because this is a builder punch, I'll pick out something that is more narrow that I can stamp and then plug in so that I'm not wasting a whole bunch of other components. Now there is a way, if you're using all of the same color, to line up these images and ink them up, stamp them, and then have it punch all at once. But since I'm just using the berry for my Whisper White, that's this is what I'm gonna do. All right, so we're going to ink up the berry. And because my berry is this direction versus this way, that's why I'm going to stamp my berry upside down, if that makes any sense. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. And I think, let's see, I don't remember. I did this one at a time, so I don't remember the spacing. So I think I'm gonna end up doing it one at a time again, because I don't remember the spacing and I don't want to accidentally punch over top of one. So I'm gonna stamp off on this. Gonna kind of breathe on it a little bit. All right, so hold that just a little bit and gradually piece that apart. All right, now we're going to fit this in and punch out the one berry, just like that. And then, of course, you'll get some little pieces that come out along with that. Set that aside, and then we start over again by adding another berry. And ink up our filler, stamp off, give it a little huff to rejuvenate the ink, give it some nice pressure there, and there we go. Got berry number 2, and line it up in our punch. I love how punches can make our job, our crafting so much easier. Oh, let's see if I'm gonna, I think I can get it this direction. Like that. Or maybe I can, yeah, I can get it in this direction too. Like that. Hold it. So that's full ink. And then our filler, we're gonna come in and we're gonna pounce off once and fill in our berry. So that's a second rendition of stamping, like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and close that because I'm envisioning one of these times it's gonna go flying and fall right onto my ink pad, and I'll have more red ink than I care to have on my image. All right, there we go. So we have our 3 berries. Super fun. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with our leaf. Done with that. So the leaf part is going to be done on garden green, but I'm using shaded spruce for the veins. And again, I am going to, let's see, I guess I'll do it as a triangle on this one. I meant to come in with a bigger or a wider piece, and I guess I didn't do that. So I'm going to ink up full ink onto my garden green. And see, then the background is already filled in with the cardstock. And I can go ahead and line that up. Oops. If I can see correctly. All right, come on. I must be squeezing too early already, because I like to kind of give it a little squeeze for the punch to hold my, there we go. All right, there's one. Cut this off so I can do it again. All right. Oh, brother. Let's see. Let's do this one, because I had it at too much of an angle that it wouldn't go past the piece right here. And I cannot seem to pick up anything today with my, I don't have long nails, but I just can't seem to pick up anything. And line that up. There we go. Leaf number 2. It's a good thing that there's 2 sides, and then that one's going to be flipped over and no one's even going to see it. And we'll trim that off. And then we'll see, because if it would have been wide enough, I could just go in this direction, but I didn't pick a wide enough strip of cardstock. Stamp that, pop that in there. There we go. We have leaf number 3. All right. So we're all done with that. We can add our berries, kind of flip them around like that. And this doesn't take a whole lot of, I need to close my ink. So we're only going to need our liquid glue on the bottom part here. And we'll use my, there we go. And see, no one's ever going to know that I inked up this twice, or inked up that image twice, because it'll be against the card. Love it. And add that. All right, so we have our 3 berries ready to go onto their postage stamp pieces. So let's bring in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Put these aside and bring in our machine. Use our Tasteful Textiles embossing folder, and for this we only need the platform 1 and our impressions piece, that's number 4. And because these punches are so small, I can go ahead and line them up. Let's see, I think I had, because there is kind of a definite direction for this particular folder, that you want to make certain that you have your pieces fairly straight so it's not as obvious. All right, so I'm going to put those in there. It's going to go directly onto my platform number 1, and you add the gray texture plate and run it through, and it's going to go through super smooth. And look like that. Love it. I love, love, love this folder. It looks just like this one, the Tasteful Textiles. So if you need it, it's item number 152718. It is one of my staple go-to pieces, or one of my little favorite tools that I just love. All right, I just dropped a strawberry somewhere, and here we go. So I wanted to put these a little kitty wampus onto my basket and something of that nature. So go ahead and add some liquid glue. And there is a definite texture difference when you are using this folder. So I can show you, there is like the raised component, and then when you flip it over it gives you a whole different look. And I'm using the raised component of this folder, and I'm going to go ahead and add on my centerpiece, and then we'll add on the third one. And I have them pretty close to centering. Let's go ahead and add that. Oop. Like that. All right, I think Move this over just a smidge. There we go. Looks much, much better. All right, now our strawberries we will add with dimensionals. And we'll just like that. There we go. Oops. And then I lined it up in the same sort of direction that my postage stamp is going in, to give it kind of a fun appeal to the card. There we go, almost done. Now we need to do our sentiment and add on our real red strip. So the sentiment was inked in garden green, and I did re-ink this one, so I don't know that I'll get that watercolor look anymore, but we'll see how it goes. And line that up like that. And I always like to let it go, so then I know it's flat with a small image like that, and then I can give it some nice good pressure, because I've tended to, if I didn't do that, I tend to lean one direction and then it doesn't come out as nicely. See how that's a little bit darker, but it'll work. It's okay. You could probably stamp off and get the same appeal as well. That would work too. I could have done that. And I'm going to trim it off just a smidge and do the same equal measure on this side, and add a strip of real red down the center. Better lay that, I knew it. Lay that down and add that. It was just a little bit of color that I'm adding. That's the only reason I added this on there. We don't have a narrow ribbon or any baker's twine or anything like that that is in this color. And I just thought this was a great way to use up a piece of scrap too. All right, now we'll add on a dimensional. We're going to give it 2, because I want to make certain that it has its own leveling component. And plop it right down here in the bottom corner. And next and last is to add some of our gold glitter enamels, and I used this size right there. I'm using my take your pick tool. This is kind of my go-to tool when I'm picking up, you know, adhesive sequins or gems of that nature. And right there. All right, we made it through. That, my friends, is a beautiful, yummy, yummy looking card, don't you think? So cute, I love it. Oh, I did kind of make this one a little crooked. Let's see, I can kind of reposition that. There we go. Add that back on there. There we go. So much better. What do you think? Lovely, isn't it? And, you know, so I've shown how you can use ink to fill in for your berries, or you can use cardstock, as I did with the leaves right there, or you could use the designer series paper for the strawberries that I noted on the back of this one. You could actually punch out your strawberry fruit from this particular paper. How cool is that? And I believe these strawberries could be, except for the leaves, you can cut those out and put those onto your card creation, or these might even fit with the builder punch. You know, your leaf would get cut off, but that would, you know, and your leaves, you could punch out the leaves as well. So there we go. What do you think? Yummy, yummy, huh? All right, so let's go ahead and flip back. And thank you for spending your morning with me. I so appreciate you. Whoops, there goes my lamp. Sorry, but thank you so much for joining me and following along with my card creation today. I hope that you were inspired to purchase the Sweet Strawberry Bundle. It is a lot of fun. There's so many things that you can do with it. I envision lots of 3Ds, tags, cards, home decor, and so much more. And as I said, with a level 2 purchase of $100 in my online store, you can then choose the designer series paper and the stamp set as your free selection. So if you go to www.stampanddreams.com to place your order and use the host code that I have noted here on my workspace, you will also receive a kit of card supplies to create 4 cards, 2 each of 2 different designs using this Sweet Strawberry Bundle. So yeah, you will have so much fun. I know you will. So until then, thank you so much for joining me. It was a lot of fun getting to see you, getting to visit with you, and I hope that you're inspired and will run off to your craft room if you can and start stamping away. So until then, we'll see you next week.